to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god.
Like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god. me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts obsession, I will not stop, no I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent, cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly, never caught off guard, no I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady, look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god.
Like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts obsession, I will not stop, no I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent, cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly, never caught off guard, no I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady, look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god.
About to go off like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent, cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly, never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady, look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god.
Like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent, cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly, never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady, look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god.
fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent, cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly, never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady, look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god.
Like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent, cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly, never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady, look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy, I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god.
Mic test is working, and this will be a short live stream. There we go. This will be a short live stream to, I had this idea from a YouTuber that I was watching for, that I might share with you. When I get GTA on PC, which I'm working on getting GTA on PC, as you can see here. I got this off of archive.org, but the issue is it's gonna probably take a while to get it to go through to get on my PC. But this is where I got it from on the archive.org internet archive. And this is why it takes so long downloading. I mean, these are fine, but these down here are a lot more gigs than which requires you to wait longer, which is fine. But my idea is to let it run through overnight to see what happens. I've done that before, but fortunately I had my PC power settings set to 2 hours, and apparently it probably canceled itself or I had to start completely over. But I had it nearly 50% downloaded, and it would have been done earlier today by now, but I'll see if I can get permission to do this again for like leaving this available. That way it can download the way it's supposed to. I did this yesterday, but I kind of want to be safe and don't overdo my computer, because if you leave it on so many times it can get overheated and stuff like that. That's why I'm trying to avoid that. But if I have permission, like I had permission the last time and I did that, but unfortunately I still had my power save settings to 2 hours, and that's why I had to start over. But the idea is to go to my settings right here. That way I know for sure it's going to install. What I'm trying to install is this right here. The zip file includes, because now when this gets done installing, I still have to unzip the file and install the game. But I need this directory, or I need a GTA 5 directory, because if I go here, I have a new live wallpaper, by the way, for I didn't realize I can change it to a random wallpaper, but here you go. If I go back to my desktop here, it's kind of like animated rain. You can choose a random wallpaper by going to, oh, and I got new software, as you can see. I have WeMod for games that you can new games that you can probably mod. including GTA 5. But speaking of that, when I get GTA on my PC, this right here is not GTA. This is just the save editor for it. Which again, I found a 100% save file on this. There's 100% save starter completion zip, a complete zip, and that's where I got the file from. And kind of want to add this file to the GTA directory on my PC. I also got the update just in case. But the great thing about the save editor is you can load any type of file you want, and it says the last one 100% completion, which by the way, if you get 100% completion on GTA, it allows you to do a lot more stuff. Unlock the police station for LSPD stations. You get to do like cop missions, sort of like LSPDFR, but more mission based. But I'm planning on installing a 100% save file to see what that's like. This is why in the title of the live stream, the reason why I named it that, because in the future I might play GTA in a different method. Speaking of which, if I go back to prove it, I have on the schedule, which I can't live stream yet, considering that I don't have it right now. But this will give you an example on what my next stream title is going to be. Oh, speaking of which, if you didn't realize, when I was doing an OBS test stream, I never thought about adding this category right here that you see, which is why it was separated, because I didn't have a category activated. But if you want to look up these videos, just look for the category that says just chatting, and you should be able to see. You should be able to navigate these videos easier, rather than just looking for them randomly. And so far, this is the if I go to my if I go to my channel here real quick, and you see just chatting, I have like new categories, this is being one of them. And if you're looking for other categories, it's like on Twitch, like for games and such, like Fortnite and more. But if you see just chatting, which is this image right here, I'm gonna go back to here. Or this image right here, which will make it easier to look up. That way it's not in the way of trying to look for it. And see, I have more game categories here based on a category. This one I'm just currently broadcasting. So it would make it easier to look up these kind of streams. That way it's not just randomly scattered everywhere. And this is the progress so far on this. I hope to install this overnight with, of course, changing the setting like I said. Going to my settings here and go to power, and I have it set for 2 hours, which is why I turn it on last night. I had to leave it on overnight because if I were to shut this down, it would stop the download. But the idea is to set this for at least for tonight only, just to get the zip file installed. That way the process will go quicker. You can set this to never, and that won't happen. Where this will be downloaded tomorrow. Because before I went to bed last night, it was at 50%. And right now it's 10 o'clock. And right now it's 10 o'clock for me. And within 11 o'clock or something like that, that process might go up a little bit. But if it installs correctly tomorrow with that setting enabled, then I can easily extract it and get it installed. But of course, for my PC safety, I will revert this back to 2 hours or less, and make sure that when I do so, that I will turn this off as soon as GTA is installed. But the only reason why I had permission to do that in the first place because I was trying to get it installed and it took forever. I literally started at 9 o'clock a few days ago, and it still took a while. Yeah, remember I said about those mods? Oh, I meant to show you my Steam real quick before I do that. If this method doesn't work at all, I plan on getting GTA on Steam, as you can see right here. And I have all of these games right here. I think my sister had these games, and I think that's why I have them. But I don't have GTA even if I search for it. And to prove to you it's on sale, it's right there. It's in my cart. But even if I type in GTA right here, it'll say $14.98, which I think it was on sale the last time I looked for it, and that's 63% off. But unfortunately, I have to get one of these from GameStop in order to get early access for it. I mean, in order to get access to it on Steam. As you can see, it's for PC, Mac, and SteamOS, which is Linux based. But like those PC mods, so far I think it only works on PC. I'm trying to get the same modded files on PS4, but that'll be something for advanced users. And since I already have a PC, it's going to make it a lot easier to do, because the reason why I have to get the GTA directory, because I have an app, this other app right here on my desktop called OpenIV, this one right here. Now I got another modding app called Horizon, but this is for Xbox 360, which you can do the same. Whoops. Okay, give me a minute here. Okay, now that I'm signed in, of course you have to stay signed in, and because if you click on one of these, it'll ask you to sign in. But it's more to it than just GTA. This is for Xbox 360 modding or Xbox modding, and as you seen a minute ago, there's GTA, which you click on here, and you can edit just like any editor apps. This is one of them for certain games and such. Oh, and if you're wondering, the last OBS test stream didn't have this. It's because I was able to go to where you can change your color. You just go to personalization, colors, and then choose either one of these, which I chose that one or navy blue. And then you go over to where it says show bars, Windows borders, which you can see the color is taking effect here, besides the X button, which normally if you turn that off, it doesn't show up. Only the X button does. But if you want to turn it back on, there you go. See how it works. Then a cool little neat trick, if you don't like the default theme and you want to customize it, you can choose a custom color here, then turn it on, and it will take effect on the taskbar no matter what color you choose. Say this red, it'll take effect here. Say this navy blue will take effect here, depending on what color you choose, like this green. You can choose any color you want, and it would still take effect on these pop-ups here to blend in with the color you choose. See? But then again, you can always turn that off. That's, ooh, see where it's white now? That wasn't like that before because I had it turned on. So if I do it again, if I do that same process again, personalization, colors, and turn on the actually, I'm gonna have to reset that because I think there's an issue. Okay, now I can do it. Okay, there you go. See how it works? And you can choose any type of color you want. Say like I open settings here, and some windows will have a square outline with the color you choose, which is more customization. When you want to have a professional look, or you want to have a professional theme. But I probably won't do much in this live stream, but to show you, well, I'm gonna probably do more once I get GTA installed. My first PC game. I mean, I do have a lot of PC games, but maybe I might do them in the process of installing GTA. But one of those games will be oh, if you want to have a better look, just go to big picture. And it will look like Steam OS, but in the Steam thing. If you want to have a better look with console sounds and such, besides being stuck with the normal picture mode, that way you just want the Steam thing, or the Steam interface, just go to big picture right here, and it should be available. Big picture again. Which has a cool animation. And then once you can select a game just like any other, and you can install it. My first game and I'll be, so if I go to these are my recents, but if I go to my library here, there's more games. This is one of them that I might try on a Twitch live stream. But more to come with Steam, and probably more to come with GTA. I can install GTA just like this, the way I'm doing it right now. Just like this. But that's exactly how I would do it until I get it in Steam right here. Even if I double click it, it pops up right here. And once I get it on Steam, I can install it that way. That way I don't have to take so long on getting it, because anything that you install always extracts the game files for you. Like say you want to install this, for an example. the Survival Evolved, you hit install, or any other base games like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, or anything else. I think this is Daisy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, anything that you can get for Steam, it will download and it will extract those game files for you. Which again, I'll have to get a $20 Steam code or Steam gift card in order to get GTA on Steam, GTA 5. Now I do have GTA. Get. I do have GTA here, and I can get GTA on Steam and watch it that way. But I have to get this first. Which is not going to be. Now I did find it on Amazon, but unfortunately it cost more. But if you want one, it's just search up the main GameStop website and type in Steam gift cards, or you can just arrow down. They range up to $100, $50, but they all have a different marking like this does. But the $100 is the green one. The lowest one that you can get is $20. The highest one you can get is $100. This being the second one. For GTA, I have to get this if I want to get it on Steam, which is very easy to get considering I have rewarded apps that give me free credit on gift cards. That's how I plan on getting it on Steam, but for now, I'll just do it this way and see if it's possible here. But once again, once it's installed, I'll check the computer itself because it's already been left on overnight just to test to see what will happen. But unfortunately, I didn't have the setting set to never, which is why it stopped working. But if I have permission to do it again, I will make sure it's set to never, and I will make sure to get it installed and stuff like that. Fortunately, if it needs a break from being on all the time, then I'll have to give it a break first before starting the GTA PC stream, as probably needs a break after all that waiting. It probably has to have some probably has to have a break after doing all of that, but as soon as I get it installed, I'll be glad to cover it. And eventually, my idea for normally I don't mod games, but the reason why I would try to do on this one, just fair warning, when you mod a game, you always gotta make sure to have a backup of your directory that is not modded, otherwise you can't play online. But what I'll do is install a modded version of GTA and a standard version of GTA with no mods. That way I can play online. That way, in case nothing goes wrong in the process of doing this, and I'll make sure to have a backup of a third copy of GTA just in case something goes wrong within the modding process. Like, okay, the YouTuber that was going through the tutorials was Benzo Effect. And I'm also doing this for a PlayStation friend of mine. That way I can show him on what I was talking about for GTA modding. But if you just search up Benzo Effect or Benzo GTA 5 mods or just that in GTA 5, you should find it. But I already have a shortcut where I can show you the videos from here for easy access. That way you can check back here at any time with these videos. Now, unfortunately, he did a 4-hour tutorial of everything, every little bit of his mods. If you've seen his LSPDFR mod type videos with talk to dispatch and stuff like that. And the longest one I found with all mods, including on one video, is the 4-hour one. I probably will try to cover that on this live stream, but it's already 10:25 p.m. for me. But I'll try to cover as much as I can while trying to avoid some copyright methods. But this is so that way I can help you out on what to expect when I get it on PC. And like I said to my PlayStation friend, I don't think the reason why I'm doing this stream in the first place because he never heard about Rage Plugin Hook, which is an easy install, by the way. It allows you to do LSPDFR and all those mods, but I thought I might go over the tutorial using his video to show you. But other than that, I can show you before I go live stream. But as far as the all mods video, the 4-hour one, I probably will cover that in the live stream. I'll do a live stream where I would start the 4-hour video with all his mods. I mean, I can start that now, but it'll take 4 hours to complete the whole video. But I can just wait until I get GTA 5 installed and I'll go on stream. That way you can watch his video on stream, and then me going through the mod process for GTA. Whatever he's doing on the video is exactly what I'm going to do. That way I don't make a mistake on making these changes, because once things screw up a little bit, probably gonna have to reinstall it, and I gotta make sure it's not the outdated Rage plugin hook, because it can freeze. But you will see why he says that in the video. But I'll try to cover most of this, but I'll cover all of it on next live stream, where I follow along with this tutorial how to mod the way he did, with LSPDFR installed and everything else. But I'll include all that stuff on the next live stream, and it'll allow you to follow along. For those of you who want to get on who want this on PC, you can follow along using his video. But this is just to show you what to expect for a new way to play GTA. And who knows, maybe you might prefer it for fun use only. But here I go. Once again, now I have his videos tagged here. Not that one. Oh, I guess one of the mods right here would be, and if you're wondering, you can go to this website right here, GTA5mods.com. And you can find mods for certain files and stuff like that. One of these days I'm gonna try to do this right here. And you can find the No Launcher GTA here. And watch how easy that is. Once again, you have to get the GTA directory, otherwise it's not going to allow you to do it properly. And that's what I'm currently working on. See here in a minute, it's going to launch without any required steps, because it's mimicking the launcher just like when you launch GTA 5. And to make it easier on me, I might try to add that into my directory for GTA. That way I can see if it's quicker doing it that way. And such. But oh, this is one of his mods.
In today's video, we're going to be installing the GTA 5.
Yeah. See Benzo effect right there? I'm gonna open this. See, he does patrols and stuff like that on GTA. And he figures out, he goes through how to do certain mods for the game and does live streams on it too. But this is how I would be installing LSPDFR when I get the game on PC.
5 police mod called LSPDFR in the year 2023. There's only a couple of things that have changed over the last year. This will be a fast and simple install, so stick around. You're not going to want to miss today's video. Welcome back, everybody. I truly hope you're having an amazing year for 2023. And I decided to timestamp this video for easy viewing. The first half of the video is going to be a manual install for LSPDFR, and the second half of the video is going to be an auto installer for LSPDFR, and I'll explain the difference between both of them in today's video. The next step is to log into GTA 5 in story mode. You want to allow it to connect to Social Club and download any kind of necessary files. And then also please note, you need to get past the prologue first with Trevor and Michael, and they go through that entire heist at the bank. And then also Franklin and Lamar, their first mission as well, because LSPDFR cannot load properly unless you're on a free roam state. So once you're in a free roam state, you're able to walk around and you're not on a mission. Then you pull up your cell phone. Then you want to save your game, and that will be your next save point. Go ahead and close the game, and let's continue to the next step. Now, it's important to note that LSPDFR base mod itself does not require script hook. A lot of people think that it does, but in fact, the base mod LSPDFR
And some mods will require script hook being installed. All you need to do is create a mods folder, which I'll be using this from my desktop called OpenIV, which this is why I have to get GTA installed for the directory, because if I go Windows here, it's going to ask me for the directory, which I don't have at this point. Right now it's in my downloads. Downloading right there. But I still gotta unzip it first. But OpenIV cannot work until, even for GTA 4, it's the same thing. Because it looks for the game directory first. Then you can do the mods. He will go. Some of these videos that I will show either next live stream or probably before I go live stream, he'll be using OpenIV for most of these. But this is the easiest one without OpenIV.
Does not require script hook. I think what people are really saying is that their trainers, their vehicles, their other plugins for LSPDFR do require script hook. So therefore, we'll cover that in another video. If you look down below, the link will be there for script hook install if you're curious on how to install that. And then also my other plugins that will come out in year 2023 will be linked down below. Okay, let's hop on over to the main site, which is lspdfr.com. I'll be sure to provide a link for you down in the description as well as the pinned comment, because sometimes this link is kind of hard to find on their website. And then also please.
Now there is multiple websites with all these mods, and that's the second one. Once again, GTA5mods.com and LSPDFR.com. That's all the mods that you will need for most part.
Please note that the version number will change throughout the year, as well as the build number. But for now, this is the way it's going to be installed throughout the entire year. Now let's click on download this file. It's going to be the top right. You're going to notice there's two different kinds of installers, but the first one is going to be the auto installer. The one below that is going to be the manual install. So I'm going to go ahead and download both of these. And I'm going to cover that in today's video, but you could just pick one that you feel more comfortable with, the auto installer or the manual install. I currently have two downloads of LSPDFR on my desktop right now. We have the manual install version, which is going to get covered right now in the first half of the video. And the auto installer is going to be right there. It's going to be the second half of the video. So this is going to be a timestamp in this video for the manual install of LSPDFR. Now, in my opinion, I think the manual install version is the most superior version of the two. And the reason why is because the manual version will always have the most up-to-date rage hook already included with it, whereas the auto installer may have an outdated rage plugin hook inside the auto installer. So let's install LSPDFR manually. Let's pull up our main game directory. If you're not sure how to get to your main game directory, it depends on where your GTA 5 is located at. Look to the top right of your video. There is just a small video on how to find your main game directory for Epic Games, as well as retail and Steam. Now this will work for Epic Games. This will work for a retail version. Don't let anybody tell you different. It's all about pathways and folders. But look to the top right. It'll help guide you to the right place. So with that being said, we have our main game directory over to the left. And then we're going to pull up the zip file for the manual install. And this is how hard it is. We just open up the zip file for the manual install. You're going to highlight every single file that you see right there. Unselect licenses. You don't really need to install that. So if you drag these files just like this, and watch how hard this is, just like that, and then let it complete. Usually takes about 30 seconds or less, depending on how fast your PC is. And you're done. You just installed LSPDFR manually. Congratulations. And then also you know where your game folder is. So if you want to install plugins, you already have a leg up over the people that are doing auto installers. So you want to be able to get to your main game directory so you can install plugins, have scripts, and all kinds of cool stuff. But just be aware that the plugins 2023 tutorial should be linked down below sometime soon. So be on the lookout for that if you want to learn how to install cool plugins. Now, if you're really concerned about texture loss in your game playing LSPDFR, because LSPDFR is a resource hog, it loves memory, and there's a lot of things you can do about that. And what I've done is I set up a Patreon account. If you look down at the very bottom, you'll see my Patreon page there. I set it as low as possible, and then I've done some really good tutorials on there. It'll help get your graphics back, mainly your textures, everything under control again. So be sure to visit that site. Okay, now that you installed LSPDFR manually, look to the very bottom of your screen. There's a timestamp on the screen itself that will guide you to what to do with Rage Hook, how to load Rage Hook, how to get into the game, how to load LSPDFR, how to go on duty, how to create a police character, things like that. So be sure to go to that timestamp down below, and I'll see you over there. Okay, welcome to another timestamp. This is going to be for the auto installer for LSPDFR, where you just click on one button and you go through the install process, and we're about to do it together. If you're looking to install this manually, really easy, really fast, only takes a couple of seconds, then look at the timestamp down below. It'll guide you to the manual install version of LSPDFR to make sure you have an updated Rage hook along with the manual install. Okay, let's click on the auto installer that's on my desktop right here. Now, I would encourage you to probably think about, if you're having trouble installing this, is to turn off your firewall for now, if you're having trouble with this, and also turn off your antiviral software. It will prevent those programs from blocking your files. So for me, I already have everything kind of unblocked. Most users will probably have that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and double click on the exe, and it'll give you a little flag right there that it is an exe. We're going to click on yes. Okay, we're going to click on English. We're going to go to next, and then make sure you read the disclaimer here. And then go ahead and click on next. These will be automatically defaulted. And then it will find your main game directory for you. So we're going to go ahead and click on install. Then you're going to click on finish. It will automatically be checked right there. Then it says welcome to the LSPDFR configurator. The configurator will guide you through the initial setup of LSPDFR. Advanced users can skip this. For now, we're going to go to next. And you'll get a little pop-up right here. It says change settings. It says we recommend disabling the version text rendering and setting all plugins to load at startup. So you may want to go ahead and click on do it for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And it's already been installed. And that's all there is to it with the auto installer. We're going to click on OK. Now let's go back to the main game directory. This is where your GTA 5 is located at. And now this is where your Rage hook is located at. If you look real close, you're going to see a file right there called ragePluginHook.exe. We're going to right click and we're going to send that to desktop. Now Windows 10, you'll have the option right here. Windows 11, we have to go down to show more options, and then you want to go to send to, and then go to desktop right there. Now once you've done that, you can close out of your main game directory because you don't really need it at the moment. But what I did was I pinned mine down to my taskbar. If you really look close, you'll see it right here, and I can click on that button and fire up Rage hook, which is what I'm about to do. I just fired up the Rage hook for the first time on this particular clean install of GTA 5 with LSPDFR, and I got this pop-up right here. I think this is something new that they're doing, Rage hook. I'm not 100% convinced that it is brand new, but it is something that I'm glad they're doing. So this will allow your Windows firewall to allow these DLLs to get through so that you can connect and play LSPDFR. So you can see right here, it says Rage plugin hook has detected that the following files might be blocked by Windows. Blocked files may cause crashes or other malfunctions. And you'll see there's a whole laundry list full of DLLs that we need in order to play LSPDFR. So right here at the very bottom, you'll notice it says, do you want Rage plugin hook to unblock these files? And my answer is going to be yes. Now, if you don't see this message, don't let that worry you. Maybe you need to reinstall Rage hook in order to get this message again. It's always possible. This is kind of something new they're doing with Rage plugin hook, but I'm going to go ahead and click on yes and allow it to do its thing. And then it's going to go through a little process of reading the disclaimer. So if you feel comfortable reading all that, we're going to go ahead and click on yes. Now your Rage console key when you're in game, it's going to be the F4 key. You're going to be typing a few things in there from time to time, and it's just important to note your Rage console key is going to be F4. Now the plugin timeout threshold has to do with how much time do you want to allow Rage hook to load into the game and load all of your plugins. So what we're going to do is change that to 60,000. That will be 1 full minute to allow all your plugins to install correctly. If it loads faster, then that's great. Mine usually gets into the game after about 30-40 seconds roughly, and I have a pretty decent PC. But if you are on a low-end PC, make sure this says 60,000, and that will save you a lot of crashing right there. The next step is pretty vital. So this is a very, very important part of the video. I'm going to timestamp this as well, is dealing with the Rage menu. So we're going to go to plugins right here. And this is the reason why a lot of people do not see, their PlayStations whenever they load into the game. There's a reason for that, because if you go to plugins, it says don't load any plugins on startup, meaning LSPDFR will not get loaded with Rage Hook. And sometimes that could be a good thing. Sometimes it could be a bad thing. Personally, I kind of like the idea of not having anything loaded until I get into the game. The new rave that most people are doing these days are clicking on don't load any plugins in startup, leave it as default, and then you're going to save and launch your game in just a moment. But for now, I would just leave it just like this. We can load it inside the game, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But if you go to game settings, if you are having some crashing with LSPDFR, Rage Hook, these kinds of things, go to command line switches right here at the top. If you scroll down just a little bit, force Windows mode is a really good one, in my opinion, because a lot of PCs have issues with programs like this. So if you click on force Windows mode, it will load into the game in window mode. But there's a little trick you can do with the Alt key, press the Enter key, which we'll talk about in just a moment. It'll get you right out of Windows mode and you're right into full screen. So in my opinion, I think it loads a little bit better if you click on force Windows mode. Then that's about all you need to do on that part. We're going to go save and launch. And you'll notice this dialog box right here. So what they're saying right here is that you can get back to the Rage menu by double clicking Rage plugin hook and hold down your shift key for about 2 or 3 seconds. So for now, let's go ahead and save and launch. By now, you should see some words floating across your screen. That's a good sign. That means your PC is just kind of accepting these things right here. And you notice it's loading story mode, but not really story mode like you think. It's going to be loading into the game just like right now. It looks like we're in story mode, but we're really not. Hold down your left Alt key and press Enter. It'll get you right into full screen mode right there. So what we got to do is if you try to go into your Rage console right now, if you press F4, start typing in load plugin, press tab, and then you notice it's already spelling out LSPD first response. Press tab and notice it's ready to accept the entry, and then you press Enter. And then you wait for a second. It will load up. It usually takes a few seconds. So it looks like we should be on duty, right? But we're not. So what you could do, there's a couple of things you can do, is if you press your F4 key again, if you're out in the world, if you type in force duty, so notice it's trying to spell it for us, press tab, and then if you press Enter, it will seem like we're going to be on duty. We haven't gone to the PlayStation yet. So the game doesn't even recognize our character yet. So we have to create a new police character. If you type in go to PD, you can press Enter and it will automatically teleport you to the nearest PlayStation. Another little trick you can do is if you press Escape key, you'll notice that you have a new tab right there called LSPDFR. If you click on that, but you can click right there. It says go to nearest PlayStation. You can go to your apartment, or you can view your stats. Sync has to do with your stats, keybinds. I'm not going to talk about this too much, but if you press your Enter key, you'll notice your keybinds right here, yes. And then we're going to go back up to character, and we're going to click on go to nearest PlayStation. Let's click right there, and then press Enter. There we go, it's got teleported. Now it'll teleport you just to the nearest PD. There's really not a rhyme or reason like where you need to go. But if you look at your map now, you press Escape. If you kind of zoom in a little bit, you'll notice you have some different icons in your map. That's a good thing. That means that LSPDFR was loaded correctly. So we're going to go down here. Franklin's getting rid of his crime life. We're going to go right into the PlayStation. You can go to any PlayStation at the front door. If it's mission row, you have to go through the doors, and then you have to go to the locker room. So if you click on Go on Duty, if you press Enter, it will ask you to select a character. You need to select a character to use LSPDFR. And it states it right there. So if you press Enter, it will go into a locker room now, and then you will need to create your first police character. And I won't spend too much time doing this, so I'll probably fast forward this, and we'll come up with just a male character of some kind. And once you got your character named, you want to click on Enter where it says Use. Then you'll get into the menu right here, Police Locker, Police Garage, or Go Off Duty. So we're going to go ahead and just click on Police Locker Room, and then you can go down here to Outfit, and you can start arrowing over to the right. They don't give you a lot of variation with the Police Locker Room. That is why the EUP really shines. If you're really curious about how to install EUP, that is the Emergency Uniform Pack, just look down.
That's the next It's the next mod for GTA LSPDFR that increases the use of LSPDFR EUP pack, which you can find on the LSPDFR website.
Below there is a tutorial
Which will be the next video, but unfortunately I probably have to end the stream shortly, but more tutorials will come. More tutorials on LSPDFR will be included on
that I
Twitch.
did. You can literally install a huge uniform pack, full access to a wardrobe in probably under 30 seconds. That's how easy that is to install the emergency uniform pack. So be sure to check out the tutorial link down below. Here's a quick tip, guys. If you're just loading into the game for the second time, you've already created your character and you just want to get on duty as fast as possible. What you do is press your F4 key, and then if Rage Hook has not loaded LSPDFR, then what you can do is you can load it yourself. Once again, load plugin, press tab, and then start typing in LSPD, press tab key, press enter, and then it'll take it just a couple seconds to load. If you have a lot of plugins, it will take probably about 45 seconds roughly to load all of your plugins that is associated with LSPD first response. You can now type in force duty and press enter. You will now be on duty to the bottom left of your screen. But I just wanted to kind of show you how to install LSPD first response for year 2023. Hope you got some benefit out of today's video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below. In today's video,
That's the first one from there. See, before I went to bed last night, it was up to 50%, but I'll see what I can do from that point on. And there's more to it and just uniforms, it's also vehicles too. This is where you get the sirens from. Once again, I'll play some of these, but I will play all of them on the next live stream, because there's 79 in this playlist. There's 79 videos, and I won't have all the time to view these.
One of the most common questions I get asked on the YouTube channel is, what siren is that? That is called a Whelen Syncom Sapphire Howler. And with a name like that, it better be badass. We're going to be installing this badass siren in today's episode, and I'm going to make it easy, and also I'm going to save you a ton of disk space all in today's video. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. I already have the download on my desktop right here. I'm going to leave you two links. The first link is going to be for the actual siren on the LSPDFR.com site. The second link is going to be for the same siren, but it's going to be on my G drive. Now, the reason why I do that is for two reasons. One, if the author decides to discontinue the siren and just take it off the LSPDFR.com site, you'll have another alternative to download it. And then also the LSPDFR.com site sometimes is a little bit slow. So you may want to find the G drive a little bit more helpful to download the siren. Let's pull up our main game directory. This is where your GT5 is located at. Now we need to get this into a mods folder. So if you don't have a mods folder, make sure you right click, go to new, go to folder, and then create one. Just call it mods, M-O-D-S. I already have a copy of mine right here. I just made a new one. Let's go ahead and close out the main directory, and let's pull up Open4. Some people call it OpenIV. According to the developers, you can call it either one. I'm going to go to Windows. When you have the program open, we're going to go ahead and go to Tools at the very top. You want to double check that your ASI Manager is installed. All three of these actually. So if these are in blue, just do a double check before you do all this, and just make sure these are all in green. Make sure you install those. Go ahead and close that out. And we're going to move the program back over here to the left. Now over to the right of the screen, this is the siren download that I have for you. It's going to be a RAR file. You need to have WinRAR or 7-zip or a program like that to be able to open this. If you're not sure what that is, go to Google, type in WinRAR for free or 7-zip for free, and it's all free. You don't ever have to pay for this. I'm going to show you a little trick to make things move easier. When it opens up, take the folder. You can do extract to, get it on the desktop. I found it easier, just take the entire folder, and we're going to place it right onto our desktop. Now, there's a reason why I'm saying all that is because we need to find this folder in just a few minutes when we go to install this. You're going to need to know where it is. What we're going to do next is pull up Open4, and this is the way you're going to save a ton of disk space, guys, is leave edit mode completely off. Leave it off for now. You're going to see your mods folder right there. Right now, mine's empty because I created a new one. But this is how you save a ton of disk space, so you don't have to copy over this x64 folder. Because this one here, this x64 is several gigs, so no reason to copy that over into this. Make sure you're out of your mods folder first. You'll see a folder down here called x64. It should be by itself. Go ahead and click there, and then go to Audio, go to SFX, and then scroll down to these RPF files until you see the word Resident. And go ahead and open up Resident RPF. You're going to see a lot of AWC files. Now this is the trick. Go ahead and turn edit mode on now. You're going to get a big flag on Open4, and then say click on yes. Do you want to continue? And this is the flag I'm talking about. So it should say copy to mods folder if you're new to this. You don't have a resident file inside your mods folder, or it may say show in mods folder. Either way, you're going to click right here. We're going to say, for example, copy to mods folder. So since you did that, it only installed the pathway and the necessary files in order to get the siren into the game. So that way you don't have to copy the entire x64 folder into the mods folder and just duplicate it, because that'll just eat up your hard drive. So now we are inside of our mods folder. You can see right there. And then this is a pro tip. I always advise people to do this. It's not really a long pathway, but it's easier to do it this way. If you come up to favorites, click on favorites, click on add to favorites right here. And then you can name it anything you want. I found this to be easier. Sirens here, and say add. So that way, say you're tired of that siren, you want to install another siren, go to favorites, and you click on sirens here, and you're right there. Okay, let's put the siren into the game. So the easiest way to do this, you can do a couple different ways. You can go to new, and you can go to import open formats. But I found it easier to right click in the empty space down here with edit mode on. Make sure edit mode is on, otherwise it won't work. You're going to right click, you're going to go to import open formats, and you're going to search for that particular file that you have. I remember I have mine on the desktop, right? I can already see it right there on the desktop. So we're going to go to Whelen Syncom Sapphire Howler, and then it gives you some raw tones and then installation files. My advice, go to installation files. You're going to see a vehicles folder and a vehicles.oac. So here's the cool thing about Open4 is that when you install this, it feeds off of this folder that is right next to it. So if you have some raw files, I won't go into all the detail, you can add it into vehicles folder. And then as long as you click on this, it will import whatever's inside this folder. But all you really need to know to make this easy is you can click once and click open, or you could do like I do, is double click vehicles.oec, and it'll give you another pop-up box. Make sure that you do not click add. Don't do that because a lot of people mess that up because they feel like they're adding a siren. You want to come down here to the word OK. When you click on OK, it'll import the siren for you. And that is it. So let's get into the game. I'll show you what it sounds like, and we'll go through a few button formats. However, if you're used to the sirens, you already installed it, you're good to go. You can leave the video. But if you want to learn how the siren works, what buttons to press, follow me into the game. Let's go. Okay, here we are inside the game. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways you can activate this siren, and this is going to be with the emergency lighting system. I don't usually use non-ELS vehicles, but I'm sure you guys could probably figure that out. But since the emergency lighting system vehicle is a little bit more complicated, I want to kind of go through this pretty easy. So we're going to do mouse and keyboard, and then we're also going to use the controller to kind of give you a little bit of idea how to activate the sirens. So you could do a couple different ways to get to stage 3 lighting, which is how you want to activate the sirens. You can press the J key on your keyboard one time, and then again, this will be the second time, and then third time will be stage 3. And then you can activate your sirens using the number keys at the top of your keyboard. So respectively, 1, 2, and 3, for example, is like this. Here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. And then you can also go into stage, you can hit the number 5 key, and it will cycle through the sirens for you without you having to activate these things yourself. So it's pretty nice. Now you could also blip the siren, at least on my keyboard. It may be set up different for you, but I think it is the R key. You could blip the siren like this. Just like that. That's the cool thing about having an emergency lighting system. And then you can activate your horn key. It'll be in your settings key. So if you go to settings for GTA 5, for example, and you go to key bindings, it's going to be under cars, bikes, and boats. Your horn key is right there. So it looks like this is going to be the number 9 key. But also you can press the Y key, I do believe, with emergency lighting system. You don't have to have your lights activated to activate the horn for your vehicle. And then you can also press the R key to do a siren blip without the lights on. Then another cool thing you can do with the emergency lighting system style vehicles is get to stage 3 instantly, and that is the Alt plus the J key, and it looks something like this. Just straight to stage 3. I do that quite a bit. But once again, Alt plus J gets you straight to stage 3, and you can start going through the sirens like this. And you can alternate the horn as well. Now for the controller, personally I like to use the controller to drive, activate the lights and sirens and whatnot, and then I like to use the mouse and keyboard for everything else in the game because I have probably over 15-20 keybinds. But it's going to be D-pad left to get the first stage lighting, and then D-pad left again, that's second stage, and then D-pad left again, we'll get to third stage. You do the D-pad down to activate the sirens. And to cycle through the sirens, you'll press the B key. You press the B key again, and you get the gist. You can also activate the horn by pressing the left analog stick down. And then to shut off the siren, but leave the lights on, it is D-pad down again. And then cut the lights off, D-pad to the left. You can also press the B button just to kind of blip the siren if you like. You can press the horn as well. It's going to be the left analog stick, just press it in. I'm not really 100% sure if there's a really good way to activate all 3 stages with the controller. I've never really thought about it much because I usually just do D-pad to the left and whatnot. And then sometimes if my hands are on the mouse and keyboard, I usually just go straight to the lights and things like that. So I alternate between the two. It takes a bit of practice. It took several weeks for me to learn how to do that. But I do alternate back and forth between the controller, to get that really smooth driving sensation, kind of rolling up on a subject like this. So the controller, in my opinion, it looks a lot better than doing mouse and keyboard. And once again, if I want to activate my lights and sirens, I can do that through the controller, or I can literally put it in my lap, and then I can just go straight to stage 3, and then we can activate the lights and sirens. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to all this, but I'm hoping you got some use out of today's video. Do me a big favor, guys. Log into YouTube, takes a couple seconds. Hey there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I have somebody in my Discord right now asking how to install a share station into your game in single player. So, I was going to help him through Discord, but why not? I'll just go ahead and make a quick video about how to do it real fast. If you have not seen the Play-Doh sheriff office. It's a pretty nice one. And right now what you're looking at on the screen is what the Paleto sheriff office looks like. It's got some pathing issues. If you have a partner with you, he typically will not follow you in. But other than that, the cells work really nice. The offices look really nice. And we're going to go ahead and install that right now. So we're going to go ahead and go to this site right here. I already got it downloaded, but you're going to download this one. I'll provide the link for you down in the description. But notice it's an add-on. It's a little bit easier to do it that way than to use menu and some of these Y maps and other types of trainers and things like that to install this thing. So it's better to go ahead and have it installed into your game so that whenever you're playing and you're loading in, even in single player mode, it should show up as you're playing, especially if you play LSPDFR. So we're going to go ahead and get that on the desktop, which we did. We're going to open up the OpenIV program. And then you want to make sure, obviously you already need, most of you already know this, make sure your ASI managers are installed right here. And then just double check, just make sure these are in green. If they are in blue, for example, just make sure they're all in green. And then with that being said, we're going to go ahead and unpack this. It is a RAR file. Plus you already should know this. You need to have WinRAR or 7-zip onto your PC. It's a free program on the internet, or I should say open up the RAR file. So we're going to go ahead and double click and we're going to drag this back over here. Now we're going to only install this in single player. I'm not really concerned with 5M. So we're going to take this folder, and you could do extract to, or you could just pull it to desktop. That's what I usually do.
This will probably be the last one for this live stream, but I'll cover more mod installs using the YouTube channel from here. But I'll cover the full tutorial using the YouTube channel after this video. I'll do the rest of these tomorrow because it's already past time for me, but I'll do this one, then I'll do the other one, then there'll be on next live stream I'll be able to cover them all this way, so you can get kind of an idea how Open4 actually does what it does. I plan on using this application a lot to find more fun stuff to do in GTA 5.
I don't need the file anymore. And so now we have the single player mode, if you will. So when you double click that, I'm not really sure what the difference is between the vanilla or the BCSO. I can't remember which one I installed last time. So this one looks probably more appropriate. So I think I'm going to install this one right here. So you need to open the file first, and you're going to see a folder in there called Paleto PD. So the best way to do this is to get to your DLC packs in your OpenIV, and I'll show you how to get there pretty easy. Now I have mine saved as a favorite. To see right there is DLC packs. There's no reason to copy over your entire update folder, into your OpenIV anymore. So let me show you real fast how to get there. So you want to go to mods. Obviously, you have to have a mods folder, into your main game directory. If you don't have one, just create one and just call it mods, MODS. So once you do that, you're going to go to update, and you're going to go to ×64 and then DLC packs. Now my advice is to go ahead and save this or add to favorites. So that way, if you have any other packs you want to install like I did, you just go to favorites and then you go to DLC packs like that. Take the entire folder, and since it's on our desktop technically, take the entire folder and just pull it right into here. But notice the red circle line through it. Got to turn edit mode on. So make sure that's on. If you get a red circle again, like if you try to pull it over again, it's a red circle. Just click anywhere in here or down here. Just click once and you should be good to go. Take the entire folder, pull it into your DLC packs. So notice this is what we have right now. And like I said, you don't have to copy over the entire update folder, into your mods folder anymore to get all the DLC packs. It's not necessary, and it eats up your hard drive space. So with that being said, this is what I do. Take a look to the right. See that right there? The name of the folder is what you need. So press F2 on your keyboard and copy that name. You can probably remember that's pretty easy to spell anyway, right? And next we're going to go to the DLC list. So we need to get there, and mine is right here. I'm going to go to favorites. I would advise you to go ahead and get the habit of this, is go to your DLC list. Notice it's my favorites. So you'll notice that right here, let me go ahead and enlarge this. You can see the pathway, mods, update RPF, common data. So once again, mods, update RPF, common data. And right down here, you'll see your DLC list, which is way down here at the bottom. With edit mode being on, you want to right click and then go to edit. But while you're here, like I said, if you go to favorites, go to add to favorites, it's like this, and then you can call it, instead of that, I usually say DLC list, which I've already done that, and that's why mine looks like this. So if I go here, for example, and go to DLC list, it takes me right to it. So go down here at the bottom, it's an XML file, make sure edit mode is on, right click, go to edit, and you're going to see a file that looks like this. We're going to scroll down here to the bottom. This is how your game will call on the DLC folder that is inside your mods folder. So I'll show you how I do it. It's a lot easier concept than you think. Back over here, remember that? So go over here, do left control V, just copy that anywhere you want. And that gets the name onto the editor. Take this line, make sure you copy it from start to finish. Don't leave anything out. Copy the exact code right there. Left control C. Go down here at the very bottom, or the very end of this sentence, if you will. And then hold your shift key down and then press enter. It'll take you right below where you need to be. Left control V, or you can do right control paste. And notice it's exactly the same, so we need to change that. Take this Play-Doh PD. The reason why I'm having you do this is because it needs to be spelled exactly right. So left control C, make sure you got that copied again. Delete that one out, you don't need that. Double click right there, left control V. So now you see it lines up exactly right. It'll be called on by the game and DLC packs Play-Doh PD. And then you want to go ahead and save it. Okay, here we are inside the game. And I decided just to spawn over here, and I'll just change my look, what my character looks like real fast. Something that looks a little bit more efficient. We're going to go into the, make sure the map is working. Let's go in here. Looks like it's working fine. Yep, and right here would be good. Hey, yeah, it looks like y'all are guilty as hell, okay? You're gonna spend 20 years in Azkaban, thanks. All right, don't ask me why I did that. Okay, been playing some Harry Potter Legacy lately. And I just feel like a nerd right now. And plus, I'm getting over COVID, so that's the, sometimes there's little pathing issues, by the way. You can still drop by a drink. Pretty cool, I like that. Good touch. Okay, so here's one office right here. I really do wish that the TV worked, but that's all right. Let's see, that's one office. Here's the second office. Right there. And there's some way, I don't know how to do it yet, but there's some way you can add in your own pictures from the YTD files. I'm not sure how to do it yet, but maybe I'll dive into that later. Let's see here. Back over here is that interrogation room. Notice it's a one-way mirror. These are the YTD files. I think you might be able to change. I'm not sure, how to do that, but there is a way to do that. And I'll just have to investigate how to do that. But you can add in your own pictures. Be kind of cool, I think. And then also, these little pictures here too, I'm sure. Some L slots, some armory. Actually, this is a pretty well made mod. Some money. And so we got some, some weapons back over here, some marijuana, cocaine, things like that. Some iPhones, whatever they are, back over here. iFruit phones, purses, meth labs, things like that. Meth lab devices, meth lab substances. And then back over here, these are actually working cells. I do believe it may function as a drop-off location for LSPDFR. You can still drop them off here, but there is still some pathing issues, with the LSPDFR mod. So keep that in mind, that you can still get them in here, but they may fall through the floor or something like that on occasion. It's not like a big deal. I just let you know. And then we got a really cool map of Los Santos, or I should say San Andreas right there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then back over here is the back entrance, if you will. Back over here. But yeah, that'll be the Sheriff's Department out here in Blaine County. And I think I may have installed the other one last time. I'm not really sure. It may have been this one. but notice that the logo looks like it's kind of cut off there a little bit. But I'm sure there's ways you can probably fix that. I just don't know how to do it yet. I have to probably investigate on how to fix those files. But other than that, I mean, I think the Sheriff's Department looks really nice. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, comment down below, let me know if it helps you out. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you for watching Benzo's YouTube channel. Be sure to drop
Okay, we'll see how this goes, but I'm not entirely sure that doing this will actually get it to work, but this is my first time seeing this video, so let me see how this works. I'm not entirely sure that you can get caught by doing this, but we'll see. But if it works, then I'm gonna be lucky.
Hey there, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everybody's doing great today. I decided to make a quick video for people that mod GTA 5 and people that play online. I get this question asked every single day in my YouTube channel is how do I play with mods online, or how do I play with, say I want to play with mods, but I also want to play online. So I get this question asked quite frequently on my YouTube channel. And you know what? I've been really turned on by this Steam wallpaper engine.
If this works like he says, and it works right on the point, I might be able to play the same type of content and then play it online if I follow exactly what he does. Then we might be able to play online with all those other cool stuff. Once again, there'll be a full video, a 4-hour length video of his installing all his mods at once, including Rage Hook and more. That will probably be included on next live stream.
It's a program on Steam. I'm going to change my wallpaper real fast. So check this out right here. We got this one. It's pretty badass, right? And then we also have this one. If you look really close, they're animated. And here's this one. We'll just use that one. Okay. Sorry about that. I got sidetracked. So a lot of people keep asking me a question, you know, how do I play with all these mods? Some of them want to play, you know, online with mods. Obviously, I'm going to tell you right now, you can't do that. You'll get banned. Okay. Quit asking that question. Quit being stupid. Okay. Quit doing that. But the really good question is, how do you play with mods? And then how can you switch back to play online? So I'm going to show you how I do it. I don't really.
Yeah, but see, I had to switch back on online. And that's why I will stick with story mode to do the mods with. Because I don't want that to be occurred. To save time for the other video, I will go for the this one right here. Unfortunately, I have to start all over.
The way the patches look.
That way you get an idea.
Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. We're going to be doing.
I'll just stick with story mode for these mods only to avoid that problem.
A simple, fast install of the Emergency Uniform Pack 9.3. But most importantly, a lot of people keep asking me the question, how do you get backup to respond with the proper uniforms? We're going to cover that in today's tutorial. We're going to go through this pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and.
This will be the last one on the live stream, then I will include everything else on LSPDFR mods for GTA on the next live stream tomorrow.
Get into it. Okay, let's hop on over to the internet real fast. There's a couple things I want to show you. We're going to be downloading the EEP menu. So we're going to go ahead and download that and get it onto our desktop. We're going to go to the Emergency Uniform Pack Serve and Rescue 1.5. So we're going to download this. Now there's one thing I want to tell you about is they do have an LML package installer. I would not get this one. Get this one right here at the very bottom. It's going to be an OIV file. It is going to be a single file. So when you download this, it's just going to be one file. There's no zip file with this one. So we're going to go ahead and download that. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the next one, which is the Emergency Uniform Pack Law and Order 9.3.1. So we're going to go ahead and download this. It's exactly the same way as Serve and Rescue. Make sure that you get the OIV. Now the file is misnamed. I want to kind of point that out. It says 8.3. Just realize that this is a mistype by Alex Ashfold. It is supposed to be 9.3 right there. It is a 9.3. I can confirm that. So we're going to download that one as well. Now next, we're going to download the EUP backup configuration files for 9.3. This is by Joe Wilson. He did a great job. And we're going to go ahead and download this one right here and get that onto our desktop as well. Last but not least, we're going to download the latest Rage Native UI. Now, as of making this video, this is the latest one released in December, but just realize this will get updated and the links will all be provided down in the description. So they will all be up to date. You don't have to worry about making sure that you have the correct links. So we're going to download this zip file right here. Okay, we have all files on the desktop right now. We're going to pull up our main game directory. So we have the EEP menu. We're going to go ahead and install that one first. So when you open this, it's a zip file, and then you're going to see some files right here. You're going to see a plugins folder, and you're going to see a Rage Native UI that is out of date. So this Rage Native UI, I'm not sure why the modder made such a great plugin and then just refuses to update his Rage Native UI, but to each their own. Make sure you do not install this one. It will crash your game. So I'm telling you that right now. It will crash your game, so don't install this. But take the plugins folder. It's going to get merged in with this one over here due to Windows merging system. So we're going to take the plugins folder. You're going to drag it down here into your main game directory. Don't drag it in any folder. Just go ahead and just let it fall. And we're going to go ahead and let it merge. And if it didn't, and you'll see it right here, it's merged into the plugins folder. So the EEP menu is done as far as that goes. However, we do need to install the latest Rage Native UI. So when you open up the Rage Native UI, you're going to see two files right here. So this is always going to be the latest one. The link is going to be provided. And even if you think you have it, go ahead and make sure that you replace it anyway, just in case you have an outdated one. So go ahead and drag these two files. It's the DLL and the Rage Native UI XML. We're going to drag it right into your main game directory down here. And then since I already have it, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it anyway. And then that part is done. Okay, once you've installed the EEP menu, what we're going to do next is make sure that inside your main game directory, that you have a mods folder. So I already have a copy of one right there, but I'm going to make a new one. And just in case you're kind of new to this. So we're going to go to new, make a new folder, and we're going to call it mods, MODS, just like this. What you want to do next is pull up OpenIV. So if you're not very familiar with OpenIV, look to the top right of your screen. There's a small video that kind of gets you more familiar with OpenIV. So once you get it open, just do a real quick check up here at the very top of the menu where it says tools. Go to ASI Manager. And just make sure these are all in green. So if yours is in blue, for example, that means you need to make sure that your ASI managers are installed. So just make sure these are all in green, and then you can kind of close that out. You don't have to do that every time. Just make sure you do that if you just installed OpenIV. So this is a very important note. If you don't install them in the correct order, it may not show in game. So my advice is to grab the EUP Law and Order. And now, like I said before, it's a little typo from the actual author of the mod. It says 8.3, but just be reassured that this is actually 9.3 of the Emergency Uniform Pack. So make sure you grab the Law and Order first. That's imperative. Otherwise, the Serve and Rescue will not work, will not show in game for some reason. So make sure you grab the Law and Order first. And what you want to do is make sure edit mode is on, and then grab this entire OIV file that is on your desktop. And it may look like a blank document like it is right now, and that's perfectly fine. You can see right there it says OIV. You're going to drag this right inside OpenIV with edit mode on, and it will get installed in the correct order and the correct pathway. So you just click on install, and you just click on mods folder, and then you just click on install. It takes a couple of seconds, and then that way you'll install Law and Order. Now, once again, this is not 8.3, this is 9.3. And then once that gets successfully installed, go ahead and close it out. So if you try to check the the Serve and Rescue 1.5, and you try to drag it over immediately, you might get a red circle with a line through it. It happens to me all the time. To figure out why it's doing that with edit modes on, what you want to do next is just click anywhere inside OpenIV. I usually just click right here at the top once. See right here, just click one time and you'll probably notice that this will turn blue. And that way you're inside. Technically it's a Windows issue. I'm not sure why it does that. It happens with Windows 10 as well. And I'm on Windows 11. So now you want to take the file that is selected right here, that is the Serve and Rescue, a 1.5 edition, and then drag it right into OpenIV. And it's going to be the same process as the Law and Order. And then also just note that this is actually supposed to be 1.5 that's actually mentioned right here. It's just a typo that the modder did. And you're just going to click on install. Make sure it goes to the mods folder. And you're going to click on install. And then you're going to close it out. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this file right here. It's called Emergency Uniform Pack Configuration 9.3. Now it is a RAR file. So you will need to have WinRAR or 7-zip installed onto your PC. Those are free on the internet. Just type in WinRAR for free or 7-zip free download, and you'll be able to open this file right here. Your computer, naturally, if you don't have that installed, it will not be able to open this file. So just kind of be aware of that. You'll need to download that. So when we open this file up right here, this RAR file, you'll see EP backup configuration. So it's 9.3. We're going to click on modification files, and you're going to see EP Law and Order 9.3 and Serve and Rescue 1.5. So we have the original version, which we're going to probably install today. However, they have these other ones if you want to experiment maybe later on, if you are not comfortable with those, or if you just really want to make sure that they respond in a certain way, like BCSO vintage version. I probably wouldn't install that, to be honest. But this one here is your backup would show up with basically a green taser instead of a different color taser. But I think for the majority of you, I think we're probably going to end up picking the original version anyway. And when you open this file, you're going to see a standard. You're going to see one with no hats, one with body cameras plus no hats, and one with body cameras. So if you are comfortable with this, you can go back and experiment later on and just replace the files with what I'm about to show you with the ones that are in these folders. They're the same file types, but they're just modified differently. So for now, we're going to leave off body cameras for now, but if you want to come back, you could always do that. We're going to go to standard first, and we're going to open this one. And you'll see that you're going to have 3 other versions. So they have one for snow, one for rain, and one for normal. Now it kind of goes without saying, if you want your backup to show up with more, snow gear, heavier jackets, then you would want to use the snow one. If you are planning on doing maybe a rain patrol, then you could always, select that one, and your backup should show up with rain gear. Hopefully that makes sense. If you're not sure what you want to do, you just want to install something normal, especially if you just don't want to hassle with this, then I would install the normal version. So for now, we're going to go ahead and go to the normal. You'll notice that it's going to pull up a Grand Theft Auto 5 folder because the author of the mod is going to navigate you to the proper pathway. So we're going to go to Grand Theft Auto 5, and we're going to see, you'll see 2 folders right here. You're going to see a plugins folder and an LSPDFR folder. So if you look in your main game directory right here, you'll see that you have a plugins folder and you'll have a LSPDFR folder in lower caps. So let's go ahead and do the LSPDFR folder first. When you open this, you're going to see a data. So we're going to go over here to the left. We're going to click on LSPDFR, and you're going to see a data folder right there. You probably want to have a copy. That's something I did earlier. We're going to click on data, and we're going to click on data over here to the right. So you're going to see a custom. You're going to see stations, regions, outfits, and the list goes on. So if you look close, you already have these in here. So you're going to take the entire contents that you have right here in the RAR file. Now remember, this is the data folder. We're going to drag it and replace whatever's over here. But first, before you do that, you may want to consider doing what I did, is make a copy of your data folder, just in case something goes wrong, in case you're not happy, and you want to go back to the previous version. So we're going to go ahead and leave it like this, but we're going to go back to the data, and once again, drag all these files, and just drag over here, and it's going to ask to replace. And we're going to say yes. And now we're going to back this up right here. You can see a little arrow key to the right. We're going to back it up again, and then we're going to get to the plugins folder. Okay, let's install this plugins folder. Now it's important to note that you will need to have Ultimate Backup installed into your game. If you're not familiar with Ultimate Backup, you're probably going to have to just go and download that. And by the way, I have a website down in my description. Feel free to visit the website. Just type in Ultimate Backup. You'll find it. It's pretty easy to install. You just drag and drop files into here. And then once again, you'll probably need to replace that Rage Native UI, but I digress. That's another video probably whenever I need to do an updated tutorial on how to install Ultimate Backup. But I'm sure you guys, if you're watching this video, you probably already have Ultimate Backup installed. But speaking of Ultimate Backup, guys, it's pretty important. If you go to your plugins folder, you're going to see your EP menu right there. You're going to make sure you want to make a copy of that, just in case you're not happy with the preset outfits that comes with this, the Ultimate Backup configuration. So you could just make a copy of that folder. And then also, if you go into LSPDFR, by the way, I took out all my mods just so you can watch the tutorial easier. You're going to want to probably make a copy of this folder right here, Ultimate Backup, just in case you're not happy with the uniforms. If you've already modified your uniforms and your jurisdictions and all these other things, and you already kind of know what you're doing, don't mess your files up by replacing these things just to see what they look like. So I would make a copy of that and just have it down here. The game cannot see a copy anyway, so I just wanted to point that out just in case you're not happy with any of this stuff. You have a backup version of that. So let's go ahead and go into the plugins folder once again. In case you're new to all this, we're going to drag the plugins folder right down here, and I'm okay with this replacing these files because this is just a tutorial, so I already have my other files on backup. So we're going to go ahead and just replace. So let's go ahead and dive into the plugins folder. I'm going to show you where everything landed. So let's go to the plugins folder. You're going to see your EP menu, and you're going to see a preset outfit that just got replaced by the Ultimate Backup configuration file. And then also, if you go into your LSPDFR folder, it's in upper caps. It's going to be right here. If you click on this, you're going to see your Ultimate Backup folder, and you're going to see your DLL and INI. So if you dive into the Ultimate Backup folder, this is where those files ended up right here. So that's why I was saying it's imperative that you probably make a copy of that folder, just in case you've already modified a few things, because I'd hate to really messing things up for you by just doing a tutorial like this, and then you come back and post in the comments that it screwed your game up, So just make sure you make a backup copy of that, and then you should be all set at that point because those files just got replaced. And then you're also going to have the EP menu. And so let's go ahead and talk about that right now. And we're going to reduce this, and I'm going to show you what to do with the EP menu. Now, since EP menu is a standalone plugin, you can tell the RageHook how to load it properly. You can either have RageHook load it, or you can load it yourself in game. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up my RageHook. I'm going to hold down my shift key, and I'm just going to keep holding it down. If you get a little message like this, which is kind of a good thing, it's something kind of new they're doing in the last year with Rage plugin hook. It's asking if you want Rage plugin hook to unblock these files. And you'll notice right here it says plugins EP menu, and then also the Rage native UI. So always click on yes to unblock those files. So when you get to the Rage menu, obviously make sure this is 60,000 right here, by the way, in case you're new to all this. It allows your system to load more efficiently. If you go to plugins right here inside your Rage menu, you're going to see EP menu is not checked off. Whenever you load into the game, EP menu will already be ready for you. But if you want to uncheck everything and just say, don't load anything on startup, I'm going to load it myself when you're in the game. And I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. Or you could say load all plugins to startup. If you've got a bunch of plugins, you could do that if you feel comfortable. But just realize it's pretty taxing on RageHook to load all of your plugins. So you can probably take my advice and only either check the things that you intend to use on that patrol, or you could just leave everything unchecked and then just load it inside the game. I think it works a little bit more efficiently, allows you to get into the game first, and then you can load it yourself. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and say don't load anything on startup and just load into the game, and I'm going to load it myself. But once again, if you want to have RageHook do it for you, if you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and say load these plugins on startup and then click on save and launch. But I'm going to go ahead and uncheck it. We're going to go ahead and save and launch the game, and I'm going to show you what the uniforms look like. Okay, I just Harry Pottered my ass back over here just so it's a little bit more quiet away from the city. So remember, I chose on my end that I didn't want RageHook to load anything on startup. Now, you may choose to do the same thing. That way you can get into the game. Totally up to you. If you want to have RageHook load the EP menu for you, if you know you're going to be using it, which more than likely you will, you can click on the thing I mentioned earlier to allow RageHook to load this for you. So if you press your F11 key, it may already have the menu already loaded in. But if you're like me and you like to kind of load things yourself, you can press your F4 key and start typing in load plugin and type in EUP. You'll notice that it's right there in the tab to the left, the upper left hand of the screen. Now, the reason why you can see that is because EUP menu is a standalone plugin. It does not require you to be on duty in order to use EUP, which is the emergency uniform pack. So I'm going to go ahead and press my tab key. I'm going to press my enter key. And even though I have a fast PC, it does take a couple of seconds to load this particular plugin. The other ones may load a little bit faster, but this one for some reason loads to take a couple of seconds to load in. So right now I'm still not on duty. It doesn't really matter, but this is more for demonstration purposes. And I'm gonna go ahead and press my F11 key now. So if for some reason, if you try to load your EEP menu and you get a crash, either you did not update your Rage native UI that I mentioned earlier. So make sure you have the latest Rage native UI. It's imperative. Otherwise the Rage menu, I'm sorry, the EEP menu will not work. So make sure that you've done that, because a lot of times these modders will include these Rage native UIs that are outdated. And a good example of that is the Stop the PED and Ultimate Backup, CompuLite. These all require, Rage native UIs that are out of date that's inside those downloads. So don't rely on the modder to have an updated one for you. I already provided the link that's up to date, so make sure you replace the one that you have in there. So that could be one reason. So now we're into the game. You'll notice that the Law and Order's there, the Serve and Rescue's there. But once again, if you install the Serve and Rescue before the Law and Order, and then the Law and Order second, this will show up as gray. It'll be grayed out. So make sure you go back and rewatch that part of the video where we install the Law and Order first. So if you go to the Law and Order and you click on this, you can go to different branches of LSPD, but they do look rather crisp. And I do apologize, my graphics probably look like crap right now, because remember, I'm using a blank mods folder, so there is no graphics mod installed at this very moment. So there's jackets in here, really nice ones. There's a nice coat right there. I like that one. And then there's a raincoat. That's kind of cool. I like that, actually. Yeah, there's a nice raincoat there. There's a polo. Kind of looks like my 5M server. And you can take your, the hat on and off through the wardrobe if you feel like it. Jacket too, if it's raining, things like that. There's some pretty nice ones here. I like it. But I really like this. I'm digging these. SAHB, pretty cool. I like it. So this is the 9.3. And I must say that the raincoats look actually better than the 9.5, to be honest with you. The riot gear, task force, SWAT. Here's BCSO, kind of speaks for itself. Jacket 2, coat 2. Yeah, real nice. Agent, task force, DOA. It's pretty cool like that. DOA. Nice, kind of like a leather jacket, right? Task force. I think the LSIA, that's the Los Santos International Airport, has some really, really nice uniforms. I love these things. I like how dark they are, and the patches look really nice. They even have a polo. There's a raincoat for LSIA. Here's a really good one. It's Rockford Hills Police Department. I really love the way the patches look really nice. I think they look better than the LSPD personally. Quick pro tip: if you have the radio in the middle of your chest, which most of the time that will be by default, if you want to get it in the upper left-hand corner above your badge, press your backspace key, go to wardrobe, and then go to create outfit, and then you can name it whatever you like. Radio left, and then what you want to do is go up, just kind of arrow up, go to armor, and then move it to the left. It's 14. You can see how it goes from 15 to 14. 14 will put it right there on your shoulder. And once you're done, just make sure you save it, and you should see it under wardrobe now. Okay, here's a little test. I went ahead and forced duty. We're on duty right now, technically. I took all the PEDs and all the cars out of the game, just so you guys can hear me a little bit better. That's why I look so desolate right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and press my ultimate backup key, and then we're just gonna get a local patrol out here. So it's gonna be default cars, so I apologize. But this is what's responding out here in this jurisdiction. It's a little test. I went ahead and forced duty. We're on duty right now, technically. I took all the PEDs and all the cars out of the game, just so you guys can hear me a little bit better. That's why I look so desolate right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and press my ultimate backup key, and then we're just gonna get a local patrol out here. So it's gonna be default cars, so I apologize. But this is what's responding out here in this jurisdiction at the moment, which may be Park Ranger. So don't let that worry you. Depending on what jurisdiction you're in. So this is Grand Sonora Desert, okay? So this is what's responding out here. And that is looks like a Park Ranger. So she's got a good uniform on. Okay, now remember, we're out here in Sandy Shores. So this is who's going to respond out here. Blaine County may be responding out here. Okay, so this is Blaine County in this area right here. But we're going to go ahead and release him, and we're going to go ahead and teleport over to Paleto area. I'm going to show you what they look like there. So this is Blaine County on this sector of the map. It really depends on the default regions and the jurisdictions without me going too complicated as to how to modify that. That would require a very detailed tutorial. So I probably will not do that at anytime soon, to be honest, because most people on YouTube would get bored by that. And if we teleport just a little bit more south, you know, they're near the forest. It looks like they, yeah, looks like they're definitely park ranger for sure. In this case, even though it's just a code 2 backup, the 2 of them came that time. So we're going to go ahead and dismiss them. Let's do a few more parts of the map. How about Zancudo? I'm going to see what that looks like. You can always teleport over here and do a military type patrol, but I am curious to see what kind of local patrol shows up here. But just as I thought, they'd probably be military police. So this is what the military police would look like right there. So that is the military police right there. If you look around your map, you'll notice there's a lot more icons on here that you could probably use as a police station if you really wanted to. Okay, here we are inside the airport. You can see right there, LSA, Santos International Airport Police. Now, they're using LSPD cars, obviously, because we don't have anything modified inside the mods folder. My mods folder is very blank. It's just for the tutorial, so kind of bear with the default cars, okay? And they should be responding with the uniforms similar to mine. On this particular Ultimate Backup config, he's got it as Los Santos Metro Police. So those uniforms are available for you. You see right here, he's got the same thing. A little drop-down holsters and things. So Los Santos Metro Police are going to be spawning near Mission Row. And it'll be right down here. LSPD, it'll be Metro Class B, Class C, for example. Right there. So now you can, you know, look like the units that are spawning around this area right here. Let's see what SWAT looks like when they come in. That is definitely Ultimate Backup config right there. Okay, we are near Del Perro Beach, so this would be kind of cool. So let's go ahead and change our uniform real quick here. Let's go ahead and call in Ultimate Backup, see what they look like. Okay, now they should be responding out of here with Del Perro uniforms, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. Yeah, they look like they're in Del Perro uniforms, same as me. Oh, actually, you know what? We remember we saved that one, right? There we go. That's Rockford Hills Police Department. Remember we put the microphone on the left shoulder, showed you how to do that. See how it's grabbing the chest, press your M key, go to police radio. You can change it to shoulder right there. Chest or shoulder. Looks real nice and crisp, man. Let's try it out. Let's go to weather. I will make it really cold. We'll make it snowing. Make it a blizzard. Why not? Let's see if they come with jackets. Okay, well, I just learned something new, guys. So even without the Ultimate Backup config, I think the snow version, now that I think about it, I think the snow version of the Ultimate Backup config, they probably have like certain types of big hats, you know, like the buoy hat or something like that. I forget what they call those, like a parka hat. You know what I'm talking about? The big flaps and stuff like that. That's probably what they would look like. So I tell you what, let's make it rain. Let's make it rain, boys. I'm trying not to make this tutorial too long, but I am curious. Let's see if they show up with the rain gear. So depending on the weather, the game will check to see what kind of weather forecast it is and what the weather's doing currently is how the Ultimate Backup will respond. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Now remember, this is no graphics mod. This is all default. So which actually the game doesn't look too bad, right? Okay, let's go down to the highway. Okay, now we are, if you look at the bottom of the screen there, I'm using player location display. By the way, I have a video about that, PLD. If you look that up, you'll see this is Interstate 1, Grand Sonora Desert, Blaine County. So let's go ahead and call for a backup here. I have a feeling if I do local, it's going to be probably Park Ranger or something like that. Yeah, it's going to be a Park Ranger out here. That's what it's going to be. Just remember, this is the jurisdiction that is set up. And look, it's bright and sunny out here. And this is who's responding out here is the Park Ranger Division. But if you do this, if you go to Ultimate Backup and you go to State Patrol Unit, this is the top uniform that he should show up in. And that's the police force slot. That is the default vehicles, okay? So I don't want you to think that my vehicles look like this. I took out my mods folder and this is what they look like, yeah. So this is what they would look like for highway patrol. With the Ultimate Backup config, you remember you have access to other things that you can call for backup. So if you press your U key and you were to go down here, for example, Air, SAHP, SWAT backup, let's take a look at that. That is the SWAT department there for the San Andreas Highway Patrol. Okay, I've never done this before. This is something different. Bicycle patrol. So if you're doing a bicycle patrol, guys, look at this. This is who would show up right here. Oh, this is really cool. Oh, wow. I was not expecting this. That's a Del Perro Bicycle Patrol right there. That is so cool. I like that. I get excited about new things. I haven't used that. Pretty cool. I love her outfit too, by the way. I'm just saying. Later. Okay, let's kind of go through this a little bit faster. We'll do border patrol. And how about we do down here? We do Bobcat security. Why not? Do they have a Coast Guard SWAT? What? I did not know that. How about dirt bike patrol? And then for good measure, let's just do a supervisor. Yeah, let's do that. Gotta do a supervisor, guys. Okay, so this is border patrol. I called them first. Look at this. Oh, that is weird. Look, the Bobcat security is showing up in a snow-covered riot vehicle. What? I have to look and see. What does that say in there? Oh, Bobcat security. Yeah, that's very strange. Oh, there's a dirt bike patrol, guys. This is actually pretty cool. Oh, that's my supervisor right there. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any rank stripes because Raid Trip tends to break those rank stripes. You cannot have rank stripes or decals on your sleeve. However, if you look to the top right of your video, there is a fix for that. So if you want to get the rank stripes on your sleeve to look like a sergeant, you know, a lieutenant, corporal, whatever, I'll show you how to fix that. But this is what the marshals look like. Really nice. I love that. Oh, that looks sick. Love that. So anyways, guys, we're going to head on out of here, and I hope you got some use out of today's video. Thank you so much, guys, for helping me push over that 100,000.
Okay, that will be it for the mod tutorial videos for now. I'm going to view the other videos, including the full modded tutorial video, where all of them are included, the 4-hour live stream of it, and he'll walk you through all that and all in one video. Why do yeah, but for now, I'll see you soon on next live stream for more tutorial type content. And once I get the GTA installed from here, which it's almost at 50% already. See, it's already at 12 a.m. for me, and this is where it started getting closer to 50%. Actually, last time it got to 50%, it was not even 12 o'clock a.m. It was a couple hours after that. But I suppose what I can do is leave the screen turned off after I go off air. That way I'll make sure to set the setting that I showed you to never, so that way I don't run into any problems here. But good rule of thumb, never leave your PC on overnight unless you don't know what you're doing with it, because it can, well, it's okay if you leave it on while doing other processes, but leaving it on all the time ain't good for it. And I really want to get this installed. That way I don't have to spend so many hours trying to get it installed. I know it's a smart thing to do by to turn this off and restart the thing, but I struggled so many times getting GTA on my PC. And like I said, as soon as I watch all those mod videos, I'm not gonna be able to follow along. Because remember, like I said, it has to have a directory folder to get the program working from here. Yeah. But I highly recommend that you do not leave this on overnight if you are doing long processes like I'm doing here. It should be fine, but I recommend not to do that because it might have certain issues when you leave it on for too long. I recommend you not to do that, but I have struggled so many times getting this installed. And don't worry, I'm only doing this that way I get this installed. But as soon as this installs tomorrow, don't worry, I will end up deleting the zip file after I extract it to a different location. But in order for this to actually be visible, I need to finish this installation. And don't worry, when I get the zip file installed on my, or downloaded and installed on my downloads folder, don't worry because I will give my PC a break after this is installed. And because it's been on last night too as well, just for this file. The reason why I did it yesterday because this takes forever to download. And don't worry, as soon as this is installed and available to extract on my thing here, I will ensure to give my PC a break before I unzip this file, just to prevent it from overheating or any problems with the PC. Now normally I leave my screen monitor off, but don't worry, when this is installed, I will make sure to give my PC a break before I mess around with it. But I kinda do really want to get this installed. That way I can get things moving along. And like I said in my schedule thing right here, which I didn't probably show you that. And to be fair, the only reason why I left it like that because I had permission to do so. Because GTA 5 is a large file to download, and I had permission to try that. And see, this is my updated Twitch schedule. Now, this right here, using OBS Studio with modified updates. That's because I found a few websites that I can like get more sources into my OBS, like a controller thing, where if I play games you can see what buttons I push or something like that, and I can upgrade my thing here. But I need to figure out if I save that website or not. Then once I get a phone, once I get a phone tripod, I can use this to kind of a guest webcam until I get me a basic webcam. That's another idea for that. But as you can see here, I have the original GTA from PS4 with my PlayStation friend, and I have GTA again, but this time it's on Windows 11 PC. First PC game on Twitch. With, of course, mods and 100% save. Just like in those other videos. I hope to implement that once I get it installed. But nothing less about that, and now we'll I'll try to run a full tutorial using the same YouTube. Once again, it's Benzo effect on YouTube that does those mods and finds them for other users to deal with. Once again, it's a bit Benzo effect on YouTube that does all those mods. And there's more mods to come, I found more mods that is more to it than that. Like the weapons on back mod and more. And to be honest, I kinda wanna try out that graphics mod that GTA has, and maybe I can make my Twitch live stream look customized while playing the game. once again, you might want to create a backup if you want to play GTA Online because of what he said. It can get you caught not being able to play GTA due to a ban. But it's recommended for you to back up what you have besides them. That way you can have one that's with mods, and that way you can have one with online access with no issues. If you still want to play online on PC, I highly recommend you to, if you're using OpenIV or any modded software, I recommend you to make a original copy or download an original copy or install original base game with no mods. That way you can play online with no issues. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I will do another live stream playing those modded videos, and then there'll be more tutorials coming for GTA mods live on Twitch. I was just going to his YouTube channel, that way he can help me go over it. That way when I do it, I exactly know what I'm doing. But I did this for a PlayStation friend of mine that wants to know about Rage Hook, and that's why I looked up those videos, because anything you do on Rage Hook is based on mods. And that's how you get the LSPDFR stuff, along with more. See, this is why I had it planned for PC with mods, 100% save with mods, because ever since I figured that out, that I can use OpenIV to install those mods, it's very, very easy. That's where I got the idea for a modded GTA stream. But please be aware that you have to install the original version with no mods, otherwise you can't play online. I'm doing that so that way you don't have any issues. That way, in case you accidentally mod your game, you have a backup in case you want to play GTA Online again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and there will be more tutorials to cover live on Twitch. And I also did it too. And for example, before I go, I have a shortcut on I have a shortcut to I liked his video on the full tutorial on all his mods and such, and I have a shortcut that I might view the 4-hour live stream of him doing the full mods, everything that he did, all in one video. I have a shortcut onto that, and if I can find it, since it's in my liked videos, I'll be able to get there pretty quick. But and of course I did a Share Factory video with a retro theme. But this is just including the new gameplay that they're showing. If you want to preview real quick, I can show you what the new intro looks like. Then here's the ending. Yeah, but more to come for a full version of those mods. I try to find his video again. Whoa. I try to find his video again. On the full modded video. That way you have more chances. On catching up how to mod GTA 5. In case you need to catch up with other parts of his stream, that way you can just sit back and relax, and they'll show you how to do everything step by step. He'll be more than happy to guide you through. Also, I did that to support his channel too as well, because it kind of helps him a lot. That way I can do something that's based on what he's doing. And who knows, maybe in the process I will be able to play whatever he was doing. But who knows, maybe I might be included in one of his videos for that, if I get everything set up. And I'll be recognized if I tell him I got everything set up the way he showed me. And who knows, maybe I might get recognized for a special patrol in the game. Who knows? You never know if that's gonna happen. Until then, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time on next live stream for more streamable content live on Twitch. I'll see you very soon.
Call me a god. Call me a god.
Let's go! I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
Call me a god.
Like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.